אני זמירות ושירים מרוב, כי אליך נפשי קרוב. נפשי חמדה בצל ידיך, לדעת כל הסודיך. מידי דברי בכבודך, או מליני אלודיך. על כן אדבר בך נכבדו, לשמך חבר שיר ידידו. נינה, היי היי היי, אסף חברותך ולא ראיתיך, אדמך חנך ולא ידעתיך. היי היי היי, ביד נביאך, בסוד עבדיך, דיבית דר כבודך, גדולתך וגבורתך, כינו לתוקף פעולתך.
Hello everyone, this is the third segment about Magen Avot, and as we continue to try to develop, is it a real Chazarat Hashatz or is it something else? We come to the following question. It's no secret that when we start teaching kids about how to daven, we tell them that at the beginning of davening, you bow twice, Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu v'Elokei Avoteinu, and then Baruch Atah Hashem Magen Avraham, and then so too at the end of davening, for Modim and Atov Shimcha, Ulechana Elehodot. As a matter of fact, not only is it the 4 times that we bow in davening, it should be the only 4 times that we bow in davening. The Shulchan Aruch does paskin that it is actually not a good idea to bow anywhere else. The Shulchan Aruch says, and I quote his words, Elu brachot shesachin behem, and he says the 4 that I just said, and then he says, Melamdim oto shelo yische, you teach people not to bow in any other blessing. Here's the question. At the beginning of Magen Avot, we say, Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu v'Elokei Avoteinu, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, v'Elokei Yaakov. That's exactly the way we start the Chazarat Hashatz and the Amida. And it's exactly the point that we usually bow. Should we bow then? Comes along Agravaja Yosef and says, no. At the end of the day, this was enacted because of a sakana. Namely, we wanted to prolong davening so that people wouldn't walk home alone. And therefore, he says, you do not bow. And the bottom line is that point positive on a yontif. You don't add into that Magen Avot that it's also yontif. In the Amida you do, but not in the Magen Avot. So if a yontif falls out on Shabbos, obviously you don't add it in. That means it's not a real Chazarat Hashatz. If it would be, you would have added it in. However, one of the adversaries, if I can use that term, of Rav Ovadia, even though he lived far before him, but there was a lot of tension between them on halachic issues only, and that is the Ben Ish Chai. The Ben Ish Chai wrote many books, and one of them was the Shut Rav Pa'alim, and he basically says it is a Chazarat Hashatz. The bottom line is, he says, that every one of the enactments of our sages were done for a reason. But once it was done, it became an enactment. So, for example, Chazarat Hashatz itself, the reason that they originally made it was because Lotziat Misheino Baki, in order to go ahead and to allow someone that can't daven on his own to daven. But once they made it, then it becomes a takon, it becomes part of davening, it becomes part of the siddur. Same thing here. The motivation was sakana, some sort of a danger. But once they made it, then indeed it is a Chazarat Hashatz l'chol davar v'inyan, and therefore you have to bow. Who agrees with him is not just a Sephardic gadol like the Ben Ish Chai, but a Litvish gadol. His name, Rav Shaul Katzenellenbogen. He wrote a responsum called Magen Shaul. He was a Litvisher. He says he can't find anything mefurash about this issue. Obviously, he didn't see Sephardic Sfarim because he lived in Lithuania. And he says, because I don't see anything, the fact that everyone's quiet, it means you should bow. However, let's just be honest. The bottom line is, I have never seen a chazan bow at Baruch Atah of Magen Avot, and therefore it seems to be that even though there is evidence to say it's a real Chazarat Hashatz, not all the way. Not all the way, because indeed we don't bow. That is not the common custom, and I've never seen a gabbai go up to the chazan and say, hey, you forgot to bow. So from this perspective, even though, yes, it sounds like a Chazarat Hashatz, it's a Me'ain Sheva, however, the fact is, we don't bow, and therefore it's probably not totally a Chazarat Hashatz.
ותהל